Universal Studios Japan is arguably the most well-rounded Universal park in the world. And not long ago, they would make an announcement that would not just change the future of that theme park forever, but change the future of every Universal park in the world. A collaboration with Nintendo, one that would debut in Japan, with them receiving the world's first and world's best version of Super Nintendo World. This land gave guests their first ever chance to step foot into the world of video games. And the flagship attraction for the land was the surprising Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge, a ride that looks nothing like we originally expected. So today, let's explore the history, secrets, and behind-the-scenes magic of Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge at Universal Studios Japan. Back in the mid to early 2010s, Nintendo wasn't the powerhouse of gaming it is today or had been in the past. The 3DS and Wii U were both greatly underperforming compared to their predecessors, and Nintendo was facing declining revenue and console market share. They were aware of the power of their intellectual properties though. This power saw them seek out external partnerships to bring their brands to life in brand new ways. And the biggest would be with Universal Parks and Resorts. In May of 2015, the collaboration was officially announced. While details were scarce, they promised immersive experiences that would include major attractions at Universal's theme parks and would feature Nintendo's most famous characters and games. Apart from a few light overlays such as Pokepark, Nintendo had never had a large-scale footprint in any theme park around the world. But all of that was set to change. On June 8, 2017, the ground was broken on the first ever Super Nintendo World, set to open at Universal Studios Japan. The budget was set at an eye-watering $580 million, costing more than any of the Harry Potter lands, and was the most expensive single land Universal had ever built. While rumors floated around about the Mario Kart ride using the dual power coaster model by Dynamic Attractions, as well as other patents being filed for drifting and gamified ride vehicles, the final ride system was something no one expected. A slow-moving dark ride utilizing augmented reality, a first for the world of theme parks at this scale. After unforeseen delays in the construction and opening due to the pandemic, Super Nintendo World officially opened at Universal Studios Japan on March 18, 2021. Your journey into the land of video games starts on a relatively nondescript pathway between Waterworld and Jaws. Walking down the Easter egg-laden pathway that can be utilized as a queue if required, you soon find yourself at the giant warp pipe entrance to the land. Do be aware though that sometimes the land requires reservations that can be booked using the app, so make sure to check out the specific situation for your day of visit so you don't end up disappointed. Sitting in front of you is a giant warp pipe and a tease at what's to come. Above the rolling hills, you can glimpse the top of Peach's castle or the flag at the top of Mount Beanpole. Entering down the warp pipe, you are immediately transported into the world of Mario, stepping outside of Peach's castle to receive one of the greatest theme park reveals of all time. We were initially weary of turning video games into theme park lands, but taking one step into the land completely removed that worry. It is incredibly immersive, with tons of interactive experiences that unfortunately do require an upcharge band, similar to the wands in the Wizarding World. Within Super Nintendo World, you can hit question mark blocks, dine in Kinopio's cafe, take down Bowser Jr., and meet Mario, Luigi, and the real icon of the land, Toad. Other than Mario Kart, the secondary attraction in the land is Yoshi's Adventure, where you climb aboard a Yoshi, hunting for eggs with Captain Toad, all whilst getting a spectacular overview of the entire Mushroom Kingdom. No matter where you are in the land, one thing beckoning you towards it is the entrance to Mario Kart Koopa's Challenge, the giant, looming Bowser's castle. In Japan, Bowser is known as King Koopa, thus the name Koopa's Challenge. Stepping foot into his castle, you are greeted by one of the most impressive theme park queues of all time. A queue that some people express is better than the ride itself. Immediately upon entering, you see a huge statue of Bowser, intimidatingly staring down at you and telling you just whose castle you are in. Further, you get to see several cup trophies from the Mario Kart games and a brand new Universal Cup, the prize we're about to be racing for. Passing by plenty of fun props and scenery, setting the stage for what's to come, you eventually enter Bowser's library packed full of books and references before trudging through the Enemy Creation Lab, where Bullet Bills, Bob-Ombs, and Mecha Koopas are all made. Next, you are handed your Mario Cap headset, which you place on your head and tighten as you step into the pre-show area, where inside, through animations, Lakitu explains the basic rules of the upcoming game. We are a part of Team Mario, and are going up against Bowser and all 7 of the Koopalings. Our goal is to defeat Team Koopa and collect over 100 coins to win the Universal Cup. Walking down a series of steps, you end up at the loading bay, where you sit down, clip your augmented reality screen to your Mario Cap, and get ready to start the race. The one thing that will never come across properly in videos is the augmented reality part of this attraction. This uses the Mario hat you are given, sensors, and a see-through screen to make it look as if Mario, Bowser, and the gang are racing beside you. It also tells you when and how to turn your steering wheel and lets you see and aim shells that you fire. When it works, this technology allows for immersiveness that wouldn't be possible using anything else. However, it doesn't always work, and pretty much never comes across well on video. What does come across well, though, are the impressive sets and locations that you race through. And one other thing that does hopefully come across well in our videos is our love and passion for theme parks. So if you want to support everything we do here at ReviewTyme, check out our Patreon for exclusive content at patreon.com/ReviewTyme. After leaving the station, you are given a quick section where you can practice aiming and firing shells before racing to the starting line. Lakitu comes in to give the famous race start down timer before the race begins, with an impressive projection sequence that makes it feel like you are speeding out of Bowser's castle. Dodging a chain chomp, you see warp pipes to the racetracks of Mario Circuit and Royal Raceway, but a sea of fuzzies and a thwomp have other ideas, blocking these entrances and forcing you to slip into Piranha Plant Slide. Here you have to skid and spin past pipes and snapping piranha plants before you dive underwater and into Dolphin Shoals. A giant unagi isn't pleased to see you, so you better throw shells at him to scare him off. Your face-to-face encounters with giant creatures next come to a head against a fishbone, who thankfully, after some convincing using thrown shells, spins back around and goes back to sleep. The next thing to spin around is you, as you twist into the Twisted Mansion. Curling and buckling around you, the course seemingly twists into infinite nothingness, as a Kamek taunts you into the library. As logic would next dictate, once you have finished in the library, you are immediately teleported into the sky and atop the Cloud Top Cruise. A Typhoo isn't too pleased to see you though, and blows you off course, straight into the Grumble Volcano, where a giant Bowser's airship intimidatingly floats above you. The volcano is hiding a secret, as Magma Bowser bursts out of the rock, acting almost as the final boss to the ride. The attraction finishes where else but gliding along Rainbow Road, adding a colourful and kinetic finale to the attraction. You then touch back down in Super Nintendo World, where you will soon find out if you and Team Mario won or lost the race, before being shown the scores for your ride vehicle and the best of the day and of all time. Jumping out of your cart, you step through the Mario Motors gift shop and back into Super Nintendo World. Of course, there's an elephant in the room here that we haven't fully spoken about. This ride's speed, or lack thereof. While your first thoughts when you hear of a Mario Kart ride may be more akin to Radiator Springs races than the slow-moving dark ride we ended up with, Nintendo insisted that this ride be interactive as a perfect way to blend the worlds of video games and theme parks. Thankfully for those seeking thrills, Donkey Kong Country will soon open as the first expansion to this land, with the world's first coaster that will seemingly jump off its tracks. This land and ride are just the beginning of the partnership between Universal and Nintendo, with similar lands opening in Hollywood and at the upcoming Epic Universe Park, as well as there being plenty of rumors around things such as Pokemon coming to Universal Studios Japan or Zelda coming to Islands of Adventure. But to stay up to date with those rumors and plenty more, be sure to subscribe to us here at ReviewTyme. And if you enjoyed the video, do give it a like. For ReviewTyme, I'm Luke. Thanks for watching.